Here is U.S. Representative Zoe Lofgren. She is a congresswoman from California's 19th district. There is a hearing, the House Judiciary Committee hearing, Chairman Steve King. And presumably what this hearing is about is, I would imagine, it is about the fact that the Obama administration, DOJ, reminded schools that because of the Civil Rights Act amendments, you have to allow children who identify as female or children who identify as male to use a bathroom that is consistent with the way that they identify themselves. Now, they obviously, the procedures are such that you can't come in one day and say, just today, I identify as a female or a male. It's a long process. And the thing is that even just articulating like this completely diminishes the enormous amount of drama and pain that is involved in every one of these decisions. The process of a child coming to this understanding and feeling at peace with themselves about this in the context of society and a family and their parents, all of these things. Nobody comes to this lightly. It involves a tremendous amount of pain. And I think Zoe Lofgren just got sick of it. And she had received written testimony from the University of San Diego law professor Gail Heriot, who I imagine was called to the hearing by the Republicans to testify about stuff that she didn't really know. But here it is.
I'll just say this. I don't usually call out witnesses, but here's what the written testimony says. And this is Mrs. Harriet. We are teaching young people a terrible lesson. If I believe that I am a Russian princess, that doesn't make me a Russian princess, even if my friends and acquaintances are willing to indulge my fantasy. Nor am I a great horned owl just because, as I have been told, I happen to share some personality traits with those feathered creatures. I've got to say, I found this rather offensive. And it says to me that the witness really doesn't know anything and probably has never met a transgender child who is going through, in almost every case, a very difficult experience finding themselves. And I believe that the department's guidance will help schools all over the United States in preventing the kind of violence and harassment that these transgender kids find too often. So that's all I'm going to say on that. I think it's very regrettable that that comment was put into the record, and I think it's highly offensive. Now, I'd like to ask you a question, Mr. Narr.
Well, could I comment on that, please?
No, it's just my opinion.
I think you'll find that many people find it very offensive that the Department of Education
I think you're a bigot,
that
lady.
they can
I think you are an ignorant
tell schools
bigot.
all across the country
I think you are an
what they
ignorant
should do.
bigot and anti.
Gentlelady from California will suspend. You're out of order.
She's out of
We don't
order.
call
It's my
names
time,
in this
Mr.
committee, and
Chairman.
you'll not be recognized to do that.
Mr. Chairman, it is my time. And I would just like to say that we allow witnesses to say offensive things, but I cannot allow that kind of bigotry to go into the record unchallenged. Now, I don't want to get into a debate about
Does
it.
that mean you think I am a Russian princess?
I have no idea.
Wow. I mean, kudos not only to Zoe Lofgren for calling out that bigotry, but also for having the restraint of not adding after the Russian princess thing, oh, you're also an asshole.
Would have been well timed, though.
Yes.
And yes, Matt, fine. I will call you a Russian princess.
It's
King went after her. You noticed that at first, after Congresswoman
yes.
Lofgren, hard.
Oh, yeah.
it's not typical to interrupt a
Oh, no,
congresswoman
it is.
like that.
Well, the chairperson always
No,
will
no,
do
no,
that.
the chairman, but I meant the witness, the law professor.
No, that was out of
That
order.
was totally out of order.
But impressive. I mean, I like that. And we should do more of that. There should be a lot more of that.
She's getting some flack.
Meanwhile, hello, you. I'm Sam Seder. Looking for smart progressive talk that is occasionally amusing? Well, subscribe to our YouTube feed. Subscribe to our podcast. Like us on Facebook. And just generally enjoy us.